Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about a dietary supplement that many people consider the best for weight loss, even without physical exercise. I'll tell you why it's seen this way, as a super ally for weight loss, how to use it correctly, and what real benefits it brings. You're going to love it. Stick around until the end. You won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you, how old are you and how much do you currently weigh? And are you looking to lose weight or not? If you could decide today how much weight you'd like to lose, how much would it be? Write it for me down below in the comments. I'd love to see your answer. A lot of people always ask me, tell me about a supplement for weight loss. I want a really good tip that has scientific backing. And this supplement is one that is increasingly being backed by scientific evidence. And in fact, it can really help a lot with weight loss. Some people even consider it the best supplement for losing weight. This supplement is whey protein, and it's a protein-based supplement. In other words, it's made from whey, which comes from milk. It's a high biological value protein with many components that are beneficial for our health. And in fact, it can bring many benefits to the weight loss process. One of the things that whey protein provides right away is satiety, because it's pure protein. We know that protein takes longer in our stomach to be digested, to be transferred from the stomach to the intestine, and from the intestine to the bloodstream. And the longer food stays in the stomach, the greater the feeling of fullness. We have a signal that is sent to our brain, triggered by the stretching of the stomach, telling us that we're full and don't need to eat anymore. So, in this indirect way, it helps to decrease the hunger hormone, which is ghrelin, and increase the satiety hormone, which is GLP-1. Another interesting detail is that consuming protein increases our energy expenditure, right? The digestion of protein itself burns more calories than, for example, carbohydrates. So when we talk about the thermogenic effect of food, every food has this thermogenic effect, right? Because there is a certain amount of calories that our body cells spend to extract that energy and transfer it into the bloodstream. The thermal effect of protein is much more significant, and that's why it can also help with weight loss in an indirect way. But basically, what helps the most when it comes to whey protein is the fact that it preserves and maintains lean muscle mass. There are many people who are on a diet, in a caloric deficit, or doing intermittent fasting, and they experience a significant loss of muscle mass. And studies have already shown that people who consume whey protein in the ideal amount, meaning reaching the optimal daily protein intake, which can be between 0.5 and 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, can help preserve muscle mass. And this prevents the yo-yo effect later on. This prevents you from losing too much water, from losing too much muscle, and then, when you go back even slightly to the way you used to eat, you regain the weight very quickly. So, maintaining lean mass during the weight loss process is extremely important for our health and for sustaining that weight loss afterwards for a longer period, right? Without that yo-yo effect. And consuming whey protein will help you with that as well. And there's a very interesting point, right, that many people don't know. Whey protein can help you even without physical exercise. Studies have found that sedentary people who include whey protein in their diet lose more fat than sedentary people who do not supplement with whey protein. So this happens because the mechanisms of satiety, calorie expenditure, the thermic effect of food that I mentioned to you, and muscle mass preservation all act independently of training. Does that mean you don't need to work out if you want to lose weight? No, because if you combine the use of whey protein, a balanced diet, and training, the increased calorie expenditure will optimize this process even further, and you'll achieve faster and more sustainable results. So, I'm not trying to say at any point here that calorie expenditure or physical exercise doesn't play an important role in weight loss. It absolutely does, and not just for weight loss, right? Physical exercise is very important for our health, blood pressure control, metabolic regulation, mental well-being, gut health, for everything. But sometimes you might be going through a period where you have some medical contraindication to physical exercise. Just know that even in this case, you can still have a beneficial effect by consuming whey protein within the ideal limits for your day. So, how much whey protein should you consume? That will depend a lot on the rest of your diet. When we think about protein, as I mentioned before, we think in terms of 0.5 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So, if you weigh 130 pounds, that's 65 to 130 grams of protein. But it's not going to be 130 grams or 65 grams of whey protein. Protein is found in milk, eggs, yogurt, chicken, meat, fish, beans, and legumes. So all of that needs to be taken into account based on what you already consume. And then you can add 1 or 2 servings of whey protein, 20 to 40 grams per day, depending on your needs, level of physical activity, and individual factors. Always remember that too much protein is also harmful to our bodies. I have a video talking about this. Let me know down below in the comments if you use whey protein to lose weight, if you notice an improvement in satiety or in your muscle mass levels. Do you like it for its convenience? Many people who don't like to have dinner enjoy making a shake with it at night. Or mix it into yogurt to have a balanced meal with lots of satiety without feeling too heavy on your stomach. Write to me and tell me why it fits well into your routine. And what results have you had with whey? I would love to see your results. Remember to like the video, because that way you help me out, and share this video with anyone you know who will enjoy it, with those who need these great tips. Let's do this together, you and me. Let's expand this chain of good, because that's what I want here on the channel. See you next time. Bye.